What players should you be looking at to bring into your team for game week 13? Before we jump into the video, guys, I just want to quickly talk about Jota and Rafinha, who both had injury concerns over the weekend. So Jota had a nasty clash with Aaron Ramsdale, both knees collided, had treatment on the pitch, and then played for about a further 15 minutes before he was sent down a tunnel for a further assessment. So things have come out and said that he's going to have a bit of a further assessment to see if he can play against Porto. But if the injury was that bad, like straight away, they'd have been like, no, he's not in contention for Porto. But that means the injury could not be too bad and he could play on the weekend. But at the same time, until they get the full assessment, we do not know the full extent of the injury and he could miss several game weeks. Who knows? But keep up to date with the media over the coming days. And Rafinha came back from international duty with a slight illness, missed the match on the weekend, but Bielsa is hopeful he will be fit for the Brighton clash this weekend. The first player on the list is the Liverpool left back Kostas Tsimikas. So where do we start? This guy comes in at 3.9 million. He's cheap as chip. So if he doesn't play and Robertson comes back from his injury early and Klopp wants to throw him straight in, it doesn't really matter because he's so cheap. But because of the busy Christmas period, even when Robertson does come back from his injury, there is going to be rotation. Tsimikas may play 1 week, Robertson may play the next because of the busy Christmas period. But Robertson did pick up a hamstring injury, which means he could be out for 4 to 5 game weeks, which would mean Tsimikas will get a run in the team for all of these brilliant next set of fixtures that Liverpool have. They play Southampton, then Everton, then Wolves, then Villa, then Newcastle in the next 5. If Tsimikas plays at least 4 or 5 of them, or even 3 of them, it looks absolutely brilliant for him. The guy can take corners, the guy can take free kicks. He constantly gets down that left-hand flank and whips beautiful balls into the box. And obviously he offers that clean sheet bonus as well. But when Tsimikas has started the season in the league, he has returned every time. He's got himself 3 clean sheets, and then, well, 4 clean sheets, sorry. And in one of those matches, he got an assist as well. So the lad looks like a brilliant option, and I really need a drink right now. But if you're looking at a cheap defender, look at Kostas Tsimikas. And his name is not Mohamed Salah or Diogo Jota. What is this man called? Sadio Mane. He's sort of overlooked in FPL, this guy, because he's a brilliant player in real life. But because he's around Salah's price point, people just go to Salah. And I'm not saying that's a bad option, but do have a look at this guy, because Vardy, Lukaku, Ronaldo, Kane, all these players are either injured or not performing well. And you may have a lot of money in that attack that you don't want to spend. So you may look to pay, maybe buy an expensive midfielder. And you don't want Son because he hasn't proven his worth this season. So you may look at Sadio Mane. 11.9 million is quite a lot, but he's got 7 goals and 2 assists this season, which is a brilliant return. Returned in 8 out of his 12 fixtures. And he's got 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 5 matches. And you could make that 4 because in one of those 5 matches, he only came on for 10 minutes against Man United. So you kind of could include the City goal in there too. So it looks brilliant there for Mane. And like with Tsimikas, Southampton, Everton, Wolves, Villa, Newcastle. Brilliant set of fixtures in their next 5 matches. So maybe you could go with Mane alongside maybe Salah and Jota or Salah and Tsimikas or whatever for the next several game weeks. And also he's only owned by 4.4%. So it's a super duper differential too. So the next player on the list is the first of 2 Manchester City midfielders. Both are absolutely adored by Pep Guardiola, but this one is one of England's best youngsters, and that man is called Phil Foden. So this guy has managed to get himself a respectable tally of 2 goals and 2 assists in his last 5 matches. However, he has not returned in his last 3, which doesn't look the best, but Pep Guardiola loves him. Previous to the match against Everton this weekend, he has played 90 minutes in his last 5 matches, which is ridiculous, which shows you how much Pep loves him, because considering Pep has so many quality players and he likes to rotate them, he is stuck with Phil Foden. But then at the same time, you could say, well, Phil Foden can play on the left, on the right, through the middle and in midfield, and he's young as well, so he's got the legs to play loads of matches. However, Champions League is not quite finished yet, so you're going to have to look about who plays in the Champions League matches, because they may not play in the Premier League one. So yeah, Phil Foden, 2 goals, 2 assists in his last 5 matches, but only 3 goals and 2 assists all season. However, most of his last 5 matches have been nearly all of his matches, because he only started playing in game week 5 due to the injury at the start of the season. But yeah, why would you want to bring in Phil Foden into your team? Well, first of all, that doesn't sound right, but yeah, why do you want to bring Phil Foden into your team? Well, first of all, he comes in at 8.3 million, so he's not too expensive. So you may want to chuck him in there, especially if the likes of Jota or Rafinha are out. He looks like a good replacement too. He's only in by 13.5%, so if he does start returning in the next few weeks, people will realise that they must jump on Phil Foden if they haven't already. And also, he's got a brilliant set of fixtures, which is really the main reason. Bar West Ham this weekend, they play Villa, Watford, Wolves, Leeds, Newcastle, Leicester, Brentford. Like, from game week 14 to game week 20 is an outstanding set of fixtures. Most of them are green. Looks absolutely brilliant there. Man City are a free-scoring, free-flowing team, and maybe Phil Foden can get on the score sheet for your side if you have him in your team. The next Manchester City midfielder has arguably been the best player in the Man City side this season, bar Cancelo maybe, and that man is called Bernardo Silva. So this man has been absolutely brilliant this season. He managed to get himself 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 5 matches, which is superb, with 2 goals coming in his last 2 matches. So compared to Foden, this guy has been in brilliant form in his last couple, scoring against United and against Everton as well. And likewise with Foden, he plays pretty much 90 minutes week in, week out. Pep loves the man. He can play in midfield, he can play on the right, he's such a technically gifted player. He can dribble, he can pass the ball well, and he can finish too. So what is there not more to like about Bernardo Silva? For Pep Guardiola, and with those 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 5 matches, what is there not more to like about bringing him into your team? Also, compared to Foden, he costs 1.1 million cheaper, as well as being about 5% less owned in the game. So it's kind of thinking, well, why would I bring in Foden if he's in a slightly worse form and more expensive and owned by more players? So yeah, you could look at bringing in Bernardo Silva, and he is probably slightly the better option out of the 2. But if you bring in them, any of them either way, it looks like a great option, because those fixtures are outstanding. Like I say, I'll read them out again: Villa, Watford, Wolves, Leeds, Newcastle, Leicester, Brentford. On paper, for this free-flowing, free-scoring Manchester City team, there is an abundance of goals there to be scored, and all those matches are up until the new year. So providing these 2 stay fit and maybe don't play as much in the Champions League or whatever, and keep their form going, Pep's probably going to play them for at least 5 out of those 7 matches. So yeah, I'll jump on them now, because now's the time to jump on them. Despite the fact they have West Ham this weekend, I would jump on them now, because you never know, they may get a price rise, or you never know, they may score against West Ham. So yeah, pick one of them out of the 2. I wouldn't go with both of them, because there are so many brilliant midfield options. You've got Mane, you've got Salah, you've got Son, you've got Gallagher, you've got Rafinha, you've got Jota. There's an abundance. There's even more that I can't think of off the top of my head at the moment, but there's so many great midfield options in FPL, and it's hard to fit them all in your team. So I wouldn't go with 2 of them, but if it was me, I'd probably go with Bernardo Silva. But because my midfield is so lucrative, unless there are any injuries, I don't think I'm bringing a Manchester City player in my team this week, which I've sort of given away my team selection. But wait till that video comes out, and I think Thursday I'll probably make that video, and then you'll really see what my teams are at. But yeah, that is the watch this video there. It's taken me ages to record, but I have had my drink of Ribena midway through to get me through, because after Mane, boy was my throat dry. It was like the Sahara Desert in my mouth. I couldn't get all the words out, but I've had my drink, talked about Foden and Bernardo Silva, and likewise, if you, not likewise, it's not the right word to use, but if you have any questions, put them in the comment section, and if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.